It's in the house. I know, I gotta go get it. Oh, I'm just having a conversation here with him or her. I don't know. It's kind of like a unisexual thing. I don't know what this thing is. But anyway, the coffee is in the house. It's brewing because I got a long night ahead of me. Because today I am, well, tonight actually, it's nighttime. I am starting body work on the box to the 2005 Dodge Dakota. I got my old body hammers out and they've seen better days. They're looking a little rusty and crusty, but it doesn't matter because check it out. I've got one side kind of hammered out already because I wanted to see how loud it was going to be, and it's loud. This side is pretty good, and I wasn't sure if this was like part of the stamping for like strength, but like it's not. If you look here, see this crease right there? It was exactly on that side the same way, but it was because this was like crushed in. So I got this side hammered out and it looks pretty good. So this side is done. I just got to do this side and that'll be done. That was really bugging me. I think the biggest like pain in the butt part is going to be this right here on the box. And I'll probably have to, once I flip this over, I'm gonna have to devise a way to get this, to pull this out, because this is gonna be pretty tough, you know, to pull that out. But I'll have to worry about that once this is flipped. A couple big spots are right here. I'm gonna have to come underneath here and pound those up. These sort of things are easy. You get a adjustable wrench on there and just go like that. And that's the sound metal makes, just so you know. I am not making that noise. You just go like this and watch. And probably another big one is this here. This is a big dent right here, but I'll be able to get some pieces of wood in here and smack on it and stuff like that. I also have a stud welder I'll be able to put on here and pull those out. So other than that, there's really not much going on. There's like a ding here. I might put something on there to pull that out. Can you see that? I'm not really, sorry, I'm not doing good with the camera today. Already it's starting. It's bad already. All right, and then one right here. It's gonna be easy to hammer that out. And then we have another one right here. So other than that, I mean, there's some things on the top, which again, it's a truck. As long as there was no rust. Dents could be fixed, it's the rust. All right, anyways, let's get to it and start hammering this thing out so that we can get the body work done and get to painting this thing so we can get it on the truck. I can't wait to get this thing done. All right, let's go. Okay, well, it was pretty easy actually. Everything hammered out. You know, as straight as can be. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is just pretty much just going to be a work truck. It's fairly straight. It wasn't bad to begin with. This side was way easier than this side. I didn't do this one on camera because I wanted to just get going and see how hard it was going to be. The metal is just so thin, it's very springy and bounces back. I had to use my dollies and stuff like that. I am not a body guy, but if you just have some ambition and you're cheap like me and you don't have any money, but you have a little ounce of, well, if you don't have any skill, you could still do it. Just try it. That's all I'm doing, is just trying it. The biggest thing, like I said, is going to be that one in the corner, but let me show you the things I did. All right, so like I said, you can see all the scuff marks from the dollies. That's rust from the dollies, actually. But here were some spots that I did. As you can see, it's not super straight, but again, this is underneath the truck. This is gonna be facing the road, so like I said, I mean, it's so thin. Look at this, I could just push it over. This came out good. That's pretty good right there. This is done. This had a crease in it right here. And I noticed once you pound these out and get these straightened out first before you start attacking this stuff kind of falls in line. It kind of follows with everything. So this was actually pretty good because of the strength of this. This didn't really do much. So I just had to straighten this out a little bit, really. Like I said, next is this guy here. It's probably kind of hard just because I don't have a lot of light right here, but so I'm gonna raise the lift up and get on the inside. That's the good thing. Let me move this out of the way. You can see I can get in here and pound and stuff like that. I could probably get my stud welder and pull on it like that. And that's gonna be the biggest. And there's some things like there. But like I said, I really don't care. There's some scratches and stuff. But the paint that I have is basically like a primer. And, you know, it's not primer, but it lays on like a primer. And it's gonna hide all these imperfections. So you don't really have to worry about this being perfect. And that's gonna be the glory of doing this. It's kind of gonna happen pretty quick. So I'm happy about that. But for now, it's getting late, so I'm gonna head inside and call it a night, and then I am gonna start in the morning. So I'll see you in the AM. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you may be right now in your world. But in my world, it's morning, and it's raining, and it's cold again. It's just the perfect time to be out here doing this. And as you saw, it's just a bad spot. I knew this was gonna be a pain. And of course, it's right on the back when you're in traffic, sitting at a light. Somebody's gonna be back there going, look at this piece of crap in front of me. So, it's gotta be pushed out. I'm gonna have some filler in here. I wanna make it as little bit of filler as possible. So I did try to get a board in here. I've been whacking at it with a hammer, and now I'm putting all these little dents in there. And the metal's getting all stretched out and stuff. So basically what I'm gonna have to do is do the stud machine, which, no, I know what you're thinking. It's not me. It's a different stud machine. I'm gonna have to get the stud welder out. And what I'm gonna do is start by stripping off this paint. And one of the hard things is there's a body line. It always has to be right on the body line, doesn't it? So let's start by getting out my roll tech things. I never know what those, my little grinding pads. Yeah, and I know I hope I have some new ones in here. I don't know if I have any new ones. Yeah, I do. Oh, cool. These guys. So, gonna load it up onto this and start, stripping some paint off, and then getting the stud welder out, and hopefully being able to no coffee. That's what the problem is. Gotta run in and get some coffee. We'll get some coffee out here too, and pull some dents out. So let's get to it. I'm outside now because it's so loud in there. It's just driving me insane. My compressor's like too small for body work, but I do have a bigger one, but like the airlines are, it's a long story. You don't need to know, but it's just not set up right now. But I've got every tool out underneath the sun I assume there's sun out, but you just can't see it here in New York State. And I got the wire wheels, I've got files out, I've got the roll tech things out, I've got everything you could think of out. Basically, the story is the paint is all stripped off in that area. Now I can get the stud gun out and start to go ahead and pull the dents out of this thing. And I got to shut that off. Oh man. It's enough to drive somebody insane. My wife had these wind chimes that were out there, and I had to take them down. I'm not kidding you. They were like driving me insane. I would be editing my videos, and in my videos I could hear the wind chimes, and I had to take them down. They were just driving me absolutely insane. And she was like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Because I'm out here all the time, and in the background all I can hear is ding, 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 ding. It was like I was back in 1848 waiting for a train or something. I don't know. But anyway, this is Coffee Talk. And of course, the Maxwell House, 100% pure Colombian. And it is cold. It's still cold out. Anyway, I gotta grab my stud welder gun thing from underneath there. And I hope it works because, well, I mean, I know the stud gun thing works. That works just fine. It actually works really good. You know, it's really primitive, the whole concept. It's 110 volt, and it grounds itself out. The problem that I think I'm gonna have is this guy right here. The puller itself. Because last time when I used it, this doesn't want to stay attached to the stud. It like pulls off. And it's almost like the wheel, the wheel part right here, doesn't grip good enough. I think I might have to file it better so that it holds onto the rivet stud itself better. What's in here? Oh, you know what? I threw the screw guns out that went to these, but I think these were dead anyway. These gotta go. This is ancient technology right here. I will recycle these properly. I will not throw these out. And, you know, I'll put them right here, throw these out later. I mean, I won't throw them out. I mean, I'll recycle them. Anyway, yeah, let me get this out and I'll just, let me see, get this all set up and we'll see how it works. Hopefully this goes well. But first, let's drink some coffee and just, you know, decompress because that was a lot of work, you know? All right, let's do that. Drink coffee. What are you drinking? Comment down below. Okay, well, I went ahead on this slide hammer and I filed this wheel and I loaded up a stud and it seems to be gripping way better, so hopefully it's gonna work way better. Now, I got the stud gun ready. I got a different tip in there for the size I need, and I'm gonna show you how to basically use this thing. It's really easy. All right, well, I got my stud loaded in there. Let me see, and it's stuck. All right, let's try that again. Load it in there, and it's spring loaded, right? So this is gonna create the ground, okay? And I'm gonna basically pick my spot. This is the deepest spot right there. So I'm gonna aim for this area right here and start with this. And press my trigger. And that looks pretty good. And you don't want to go too long. I went for about 3 seconds, and I'll take a look on the inside. I'll know if I did it long enough because the first couple tugs that I do, it'll just rip right off if I didn't go long enough. And if it rips off, I'll just go again. I'll find out in a second here. So basically, I'm just gonna grab that slide hammer and start. Once I do that, on the major spot here, I'll be able to start hitting different spots, and I can't speak today, and be able to hit different spots, start pulling it out. This will help from using a lot of filler and having to hammer from the inside. It just helps when you can't get from the inside and pound it out. When you start hitting metal and pounding, basically the initial hit, what it did was stretch the metal. And then when you start hitting from the other side, you're stretching the metal. And really you never achieve what you want. And so this is pretty good. So I'm not good at explaining things. Don't come to this channel for me to explain things, because I'm not good at it. Oh, there's a spider on my camera. He's gonna crawl over the lens. Where are you going, little buddy? Oh. Okay, I evicted the spider. Let's pull this out. Hard as a rock. So guess what? Fight fire with fire. Got the torches out and have to do some annealing. So let's get the torches out, like I just said, and heat this up. Need to soften it up, and unfortunately, I've got that paint on the inside, so it's gonna get a little messy and foggy in here. So we're gonna open up the door. That's what we gotta do. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. Let's do it. All right, well, I'm done for today. I know it doesn't look great right now, but you know, that's how bodywork goes. And I tell you what, if I didn't have the torches to heat that up, you know, I don't think this would have went very well. I probably would have just had to goop it with body filler because it really wouldn't have budged. It was pretty tough to do. But it pulled out really well. And the next step is to get in here with some body hammers and be able to finish it off more. Now, no big deal with these holes from the rivets or the studs. I'll be able to weld those shut. It's not gonna be a big deal. I actually got some shielding gas the other day. So for now, I'm just gonna call it a night and we'll continue this tomorrow. So see ya, bye. Welcome to Welding 101. You are going to learn everything you need to know about how to weld from the master. I just got done cutting off all the little studlies. Again, this is 101. You're going to learn all the technical jargon for welding. And basically, if you don't know how to weld, this is where you want to be. So I cut off all the studlies and we have these little holes. Like I said, from probably a forklift or something, it made these gashes and these holes and these splits, and there's some splits over here, and that's fine, we could weld that. And so what we did was we set our welding device, that would be this, we have a Hobart, and it's a Handler 190. It's a great instrument that we use to weld, and what this device will do is it'll close up holes on metal. It's amazing. And this is a MIG, not to be confused with TIG. And I have it set to number 2 because I want it very cool and cold. I might put it to a 1, but I think 2 is going to be good. And I have the wire speed down to 50. And that's really all you need to know for Welding 101. I got my gas turned on, and we are going to start. Really, this has been Welding 101. I got the coffee brewing, because really you should have coffee when you are welding. So I am going to go ahead and start doing that and get these holes filled in. And this should be done. And then I can move on to basically scuffing the box, getting these little dings out, then flip this over, and there's one giant gouge, yeah, right here that I'm going to have to pull on and get up and stuff like that. And that'll be another Welding 101. Well, I don't think I'll have to, hopefully I won't have to weld that, but it's basically going to have to be stud gunned and, you know, welded on and with the stud gun. But yeah, let's get to it. This has been Welding 101, and I appreciate you sending in your check for $99. Thank you. gonna let that cool down. And when it's cooled down, I'm gonna grind it down. I know that you are super jealous of the way that that turned out. I know you're saying, those look like booger welds, but that is part of Welding 101. When you come back and we go to Welding 102 or Lesson 202, wait till you see the lesson that I've got planned for you. I mean, that is how we start. What part of Welding 101, I do want to tell you, once you're done, when you stop, one of the first immediate things you want to do is turn off your shielding gas, because you will forget, and then when you come out one day to go to use your setup, you're just going to be out because it all leaked out. So that is one thing you want to do. That is part of Welding 101. I mean, usually I share that on Welding 202, but I'm going to tell you right now, okay? But for now, we're going to let that cool down. We're going to go get coffee because we need it. I need it. You need it. We need coffee, and we need ear protection before we go grinding on this thing. Because right now, I've got a headache, and we don't need to make that any worse, but right now, we need coffee. So let's go get it right now. Got the coffee, and it completely warped. I'm just kidding, it didn't. It's looking good. We'll get that all ground down, and I found some ear protection. I had to wash it. It was pretty nasty. I had to wash the ear protection, take the foam out of the ear things, whatever they're called. And like I said, when you come to this, this show, this program, you really get the gist of the English language. Oh, and when I was drying out the ear protection, my see, English language, my heat gun melted. It started to, explode and just shoot sparks out the back. And so it's been real. I bid you adieu. I'm pretty much ready to start grinding on this. Grind all that extra metal down. Really, the idea is to have as much metal than Bondo. I put way too much time into this, more than I wanted to, but it's gonna turn out nice. You might as well do it, Just do it. Might as well do it. It gets heavy holding this camera. It's nice out today. Coffee turned out good. I don't want to do this. I need help. I need help working on this thing too. Okay, let's get the grinder set up and get the ear protection on and put the coffee down and get going. Let's go. Me and you. Let's do this. Come on. that's going to do it for this video. I know it's gone on for a little while, but I wanted to show you just a touch of what goes on in the day and the life of carburetors and coffee. And this is the part where I say, hey, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, because, you know, I got obviously a long way to go on this, and it's quite the project. But hopefully the next time you come back, there's going to be some body work, more like Bondo, some prep like primer. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But you're not going to know unless you hit that sub and that iconic little bell. I don't know what it does when you hit that thing, but anyway, if you do, let me know in the comments what it does. Either way, it's going to be great to have you back on the next one, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.